What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. Last Friday, I saw Deepwater Horizon, and Deepwater Horizon is the latest film from director Peter Berg. It also marks his second of 3 collaborations with actor Mark Wahlberg. First one being Lone Survivor, and the third one being Patriots Day, which comes out next year. Now, Deepwater Horizon, just like the other 2 films, are based off of true stories. That true story being the worst oil spill in U.S. history. I don't know if you remember, but back in 2010, an oil rig exploded off the Gulf of Mexico. And that oil rig is called the Deepwater Horizon, and it was the worst oil spill in American history. It was a really, really big deal. It was all over the news. I saw all this coverage about it, and a lot of the coverage was more about the oil spill itself and how they're going to fix it. But it didn't cover that much about the people involved. It was actually quite a tragic event. And that's what this film is about. It's about the tragedy, but also the courage of the people involved. Some of those people involved were Mike Williams, who is played by Mark Wahlberg, and then it also stars Kurt Russell, Kate Hudson, John Malkovich, and Dylan O'Brien, as well as Gina Rodriguez. And these are all real people who were on the oil rig, and they had to experience something that was just not only tragic, but very, very intense. This film is a disaster film, but not only is it a disaster film, but it's a real-life disaster film. There aren't too many real-life disaster films out there. A lot of the films that fall into disaster genre are actually fictional films, like, for example, 2012, and Day After Tomorrow, San Andreas, Poseidon. You know, these films are all fictional. They're meant for entertainment, and some are popcorn films. But this is something very, very different. And the fact that it's a true story makes this film very, very intense. And that's exactly what this film is. I wouldn't even call it a piece of entertainment. This film is allowing the audience to really experience that disaster. And I think the only word to describe it is intense. Now, this film starts off like any other film. You know, everything seems normal. And then it goes into this really incomprehensible dialogue, which makes the film great. The reason why is because those characters are so into character. You know what I'm saying? It feels very, very authentic. When they talk to each other, I have no idea what they're talking about. It's very, very technical. It's all about this oil rig terminology that I can't seem to comprehend, but the general idea that I get out of their dialogue is that BP is taking some shortcuts. And they're taking these shortcuts because they don't want to spend too much of their budget. You know, I'm talking about billions and billions and millions of dollars. They don't want to spend too much of their budget on safety precautions. However, Mr. Jimmy, played by Kurt Russell, he doesn't believe in that. He believes in the safety of his men, whereas BP, they just want to save money. So they skimp out. They skimp out on some safety procedures and some of the things that, that are involved with the upkeeping of the rig. And because of that, disaster happens. But a lot of the stuff that takes place before the actual disaster is actually the development and the build-up towards it. And just like I said before, it feels very authentic. And it's all because I have no clue what they're talking about. And that leads to a lot of authenticity to the film. Because I have a feeling that Mark Wahlberg, Kurt Russell, everybody involved went to some kind of oil rig school. They took a crash course in oil rigs and oil drilling, and they learned so much about it, and it feels that they are the actual people that were on the rig. Like, I'm talking about, when they have a war movie, they take the actors out on boot camp, right? And they make them go through that training. Well, I think that this is what they went through, because they feel so believable as those oil rig drillers or oil rig workers. They feel like they are really those people and not actors. So I didn't see Mark Wahlberg. Who I saw was Mike Williams. You know what I'm saying? So that was great. And then let's be real. We're really just waiting for the disaster to happen on screen. As an audience, we're waiting for the big excitement to happen. And when it happens, it doesn't stop. Okay, it is intense. I know I said that many times, but it is intense. And once it starts, you are on the edge of your seat, and it is pure chaos. It is essentially an hour-long explosion. 40 minutes of build-up and dialogue, an hour of just explosion, chaos, destruction. And I'll tell you, once it happens, it is shocking. It is shocking because I did not expect it to be that crazy. And it is. I watched this film in IMAX. It didn't even need to be in 3D. I watched it in IMAX 2D, and I felt like I was there, and the whole time I was on the edge of my seat. I felt like that these guys are in a serious amount of danger. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I don't think that this film is for the faint of heart. Peter Berg puts the audience right in the middle of all that chaos, and chaotic it is. I don't think I remember seeing any kind of film which gave me this type of feeling. I remember watching 2012, directed by Roland Emmerich, and it felt like a ride. It felt fun. It felt like, whoa, this is a lot of fun, right? This is not that. This is the complete opposite. It was stressful to watch this. And I think that anybody, that gets anxiety or anxious, this actually might not be for you, because it is really, really scary. I'm not talking about scary as in supernatural stuff. I'm talking about scary as in you really feel a sense of terror that these guys went through, because we're talking about real lives at stake. This is a true story. It's not fictional stuff that is made up. This really happened, and maybe they, I don't know, but maybe they over-dramatized the explosions. But I'm thinking this is an oil rig. There's oil everywhere. It's completely flammable. Of course it's going to explode that big. So that's why I personally felt it felt very, very real to me. So I really enjoyed this film. I came out of the theater like, holy crap. That really happened. That's crazy, man. And like I said before, I was very, very shocked when I saw that. When I saw that initial spill, I was like... And then when I saw that spill go and get engulfed into flames, I was like, what? It was crazy. It was an explosion that would make Michael Bay jealous. But it was nothing like a Michael Bay film. It was I'm really starting to really respect Peter Berg as a filmmaker. I've liked Peter Berg's films. I enjoy them. But now I'm really seeing that he's a serious filmmaker. There was Lone Survivor, and now Deepwater Horizon, and now Patriot State's coming out later on. And I'm just thinking I like this direction that Peter Berg is going in. Keep on wanting to say Michael Bay, but I like this direction Peter Berg is going in, and he's stepping out of the realm of popcorn and more into the realm of serious filmmaking, and not only serious filmmaking, but intense action-packed filmmaking. This film's really all about survival, and you will be at the edge of your seat. You're going to be invested in these characters, and this is a tale of not only tragedy, but the human spirit to survive, and courage. And not only that, but carrying out your responsibilities. Not only your responsibilities as someone who works there, as a professional, but also your responsibilities as a human being. So anyways, I really like this film. I'm definitely going to, I almost feel like watching it again, but I'm definitely going to pick it up on Blu-ray. It's that good of a film, and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, okay? This is one of Peter Berg's best films. I still like Lone Survivor more, but, that's because it's just a little bit more exciting, but Deepwater Horizon is still a very, very exciting film. Intense film. 8 out of 10, highly recommended, one of the better films of this year. And as always, if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name's Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Manuel Garcia Rolfo, Martin Sensmeyer, and Vincent D'Onofrio. So you can see there's a very, very diverse cast, which is great because they